Oh, fuck, I take them off.
Look at that beard, bro. Beard game strong.
Yeah, I'm trying. Do you want me vertical like this or horizontal?
Brother, you can be horizontal, you can be upside down, you can do whatever you want to do.
No, no. I used to have a podcast back in the
Oh,
day, Menace
it's
to the Man Show.
I thought it was what's the cauliflower boy thing? The cauliflower boy.
That's one of my homies is starting like kind of like a wrestling line. Well, he's starting in wrestling.
Yeah.
Then he'll probably get over into like jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
And then he wants to hit the whole combat market.
absolutely. So, we're on live right now. It's pretty early.
Okay.
But I am gonna upload this on YouTube and TikTok. But
Okay.
before we get into anything, I want to give a little introduction on who you are, just in case people, the new fans might not know all the guys I respect. So I'm gonna give you a quick introduction.
All right.
Guys, this is Dennis the Menace fucking Bermudez. He was he was born December 13th, 1986. He is 17-9 with 4 TKOs, 3 subs.
We're gonna edit that.
Is it wrong?
20-9.
Yo,
Hang
Wikipedia?
on, hang on. Here's why. Here's why.
Go on.
They do not count the fights on the Ultimate Fighter show,
Got you. So 20-9.
right? None of those fights went to decision.
Nope, it didn't.
So
So
to
we're
me,
down
that's
to
and those guys are all high level pro guys.
you fought what? Jimmy Rivera, you fought Akira Corisani, you fought Diego Brand. Okay, you know what? Let me restart. Guys,
Stephen Bass.
got you. This is Dennis Bermudez. He's born December 13th, 1986. He is 20-9. Well, if we're gonna add the Ultimate Fighter KOs, then you're not 4 KOs. You are 6 KOs with 3 subs. You fought 17 times in the UFC, plus the Ultimate Fighter fights. He trained out of Long Island MMA. He was a season 14 runner up, and he made his MMA pro debut in 2009. So, brother, before we start, let me just ask you, how are you? How is everything?
Good man. I went to the gym.
Yeah,
So the thing is, so I've got a night job tonight, so I'm off today, right?
right.
But I used you as a tool, so I got up early and got to the gym,
Okay.
right? So
So,
if I wasn't, because I could have slept in, right? But I was like, let me let me lock in this interview with you, so then I have to go to the gym, so then I will do this. Because if I blew off 2 things in a row, that's like, damn, dude.
that's
The day's
disappointing.
already off to a bad start, right?
I guess I helped you today. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. I'll expect my gift basket in the mail.
Okay.
Um, did you just get married?
Um, what's today? Today's Wednesday, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm getting
I,
married Friday.
oh, okay. I thought you got married in March. I seen a picture of you and your wife on your IG, so I figured you tied the
That
knot in March.
was in March.
Yeah, yeah, it was in March.
That was maybe her bridal shower.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay, because there wasn't
that
much
was her
detail.
bridal shower.
Well, but you are getting married.
Yeah, so we're meeting. We're getting married at the, just going to the town,
Yes.
getting married because it's easier to get married in New York than it is for us to get married in Florida. And then we're
Okay.
having the big day, the big
Right.
grand reception, expensive party at the end of May.
Well, congratulations for that.
Thank
That
you.
must be, you know what I mean? And I know you have 3, is it 3 children you have?
Technically, yeah. So I've got my 2 boys, and then now I will have a stepdaughter, my Lulu.
Lulu, yes. And do both of your sons play lacrosse and hockey?
Yes,
And they wrestle?
yes.
So you got these guys in everything.
Uh, they did. They took a run at baseball, but
Yeah.
we started getting to a point like, dude, we got to drop something. And my
Yeah.
little guy plays football.
Holy crow.
Uh, and what makes it tough, right? So like when my kids were born, I was like, man, I want my kids to play every sport.
Right.
And now that it's real, I'm like, Like, fuck, dude, what the? I've got like zero time. You know what? And when they were really young, I was like, I gotta be at everything. I gotta be, I gotta be there for my kids. And now I'm just like, dude, I'll make as many as I can without losing my mind, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so, because they are my older guys on two hockey teams,
yeah.
my little guys on one hockey team, my little
Right,
guys on football.
right.
They both wrestle because that's
Yeah.
my jam, right?
Okay,
And
okay.
I think it's important. I think Dana White said it one time, and he was talking about. I think he was talking about jujitsu, but I think it applies to everything, right? So let's say your kid plays basketball, and maybe they play basketball in college,
Yeah.
but after that, and there's such a few, right? So we're taking a million kids that play basketball in high school, right?
I know
Now
where you're
in
going with that.
college, that drops down significantly to like the thousands,
It,
and
100%.
then after that, for them to go into coaches, that drops down to like the hundreds, right? But if you teach all those million kids in high school how to wrestle, how to box, how to jujitsu, that sticks with them for their entirety of their life.
Absolutely.
And you just never know where you will be one day where like that fucking double leg, that jab, that submission could come into handy and like save your life or deter someone or protect like your loved ones.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Uh,
But
I
shooting a three isn't going to help you.
I
Sorry.
I actually remember when Dana White said that, which is true,
Yeah.
right? It dwindles down, and only a small percentage of people actually make those things. But martial arts stays with you for the rest of your life.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, like you could, and I use this as like a pitch a little bit, like when I'm like doing private lessons or whatever. It's like how much like a bicycle is worth, I don't know. They could be worth thousands of dollars, right? And then when they break, that's it. It's done.
Yeah,
Right? Where if I teach you a double leg, a fucking mint double leg,
right.
that's good for as long as your body can do it.
Yeah, it sticks with you.
What's the
Yeah,
price on that?
priceless. Martial arts is priceless. I'm a martial artist. I'm a junior boxing
I
coach.
saw you hitting. I saw you holding mitts for your son. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
our man's sharp with the fucking with the
yeah.
mitts.
Yeah, he's been well. I've been coaching for 3 years. He's been doing boxing and kickboxing for about 2 years, 4 months. But
Okay.
I tell him the same thing. Martial arts is life. You can go play basketball, you can play hockey, you can play soccer, but this is gonna stick with you your whole fucking life.
I think all those things are good cross training. I think it's good to have fun.
Yeah,
I think a little teamwork is good.
yeah,
But they're fun. They're not hard. They don't like. They're not gonna like. I mean, the elite are taking it to this next level. Like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Those guys were out there like shooting shots when they didn't feel like when it was raining. When it's that's the. And I try to tell my kids that like with lacrosse, that's their jam.
right,
That's what they love to play.
right,
They'll play a lacrosse tournament, and we'd be in the field for like 7 hours, and they'll come home and they'll go rip shots in the back. I'm like, damn, all right.
They love it. They love it.
I try to give them little. I didn't play
I know.
lacrosse.
I know.
However, going up through the ranks in wrestling and MMA, I would watch the really good guys, and you can learn just by watching.
Right.
And so I watch really good kids on the field. I watch my kids who they are good,
Yeah.
but sometimes there's some kids that are like a little different. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we
what's
know.
that kid?
Yeah.
They're not dropping. I'm like, you guys have to be like any ball that comes within a somewhere where your stick can reach, that has to be caught.
Yeah.
It's got to be caught. You got to be able to catch passes on the run. And they're like, oh, I do. I'm like,
Yeah. I get that all the time too. I know. No, you don't. I'm looking
I'm
at
like,
you.
bro, you think I'm just making this up? I saw you drop passes on the run. That's why
Yeah.
I'm not. If you caught everyone, I wouldn't be saying anything.
All kids sound the same, brother. All kids sound the
Yeah.
same.
How old's your son? Like 15?
No, he's
14?
12. He's 12. He's about to be 13.
Wow.
Yeah, he's tall. He's 5'7"
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Okay.
How old are your sons and your daughter?
My little guy turns 11 on the 29th, and
Ooh.
then my big guy turned 13 on the 4th.
He was born 2013.
Yes.
My son born 2013 too. They're the same age.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: are you Puerto Rican and British?
Essentially.
Your
My
mom
mom's my mom's almost like a UK mutt. She's like a little bit of Welsh, Dutch.
and your dad's Puerto Rican.
Full, yes.
Okay, so I've been following you for a few years now on IG. There was a point where I wrote like a comment on one of your pictures. Can't remember what I said. I probably said like somewhere along the lines of, "Oh, you're a beast," or "Why did you retire?" or something. And then
Right.
your mom popped in the comment and she goes, "That's my son." And I'm
Right.
like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
So then I wrote back, I'm like, "Mom, I'm like, W mom, you did a great job with him. You should be proud." So I did briefly talk to your mom a few years ago in the comment section where she's like, "Yo, that's my son." And I'm like, "All right, mom, you did a good job by the way. You should be proud of him."
She's a little bit like OD proud, you know. It's like
Yeah.
relax. You didn't do. I'm the one that was like up at 5 a.m. and sweating, and
Yeah.
relax.
So, let me go through your martial arts background. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go through what I found on you first,
Okay.
and then just correct me, and
Okay.
then just run me down, um, what martial art you started, all the martial arts you did, and just a whole background on your martial arts. But I'm gonna get into what I found first. So, you started wrestling in high school under, is it Scott Wickham?
Yep.
Is your high school record 112 and 23?
Yep. Something like that.
Because I get most of my information from Wikipedia, but Wikipedia does lie. So that's why I like to confirm. I don't
Right.
want
It's
to.
like it's somewhere between like 22 and 26, something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
And then you wrestled at the Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania,
Hmm.
where you were a Division One wrestler.
Yes.
Were you All American too?
I was an All American in freestyle.
Ah. And did you train BJJ under Greg De Pasquale?
Yes.
Did I pronounce his last name properly, or did I botch it?
Quality. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to botch no names.
Yeah.
Then you trained over at Long Island MMA, but did you also train at Blackman MMA in
Yes.
Pennsylvania?
Blackman MMA first.
Okay, first in Pennsylvania, and then you went over to Long Island MMA.
Correct.
Right. Okay, so run me down the first martial art you did, and then run me down everything you did. So just run me down your martial art resume for the people.
So I'm from upstate New York. My next door neighbors were a bunch of Native Americans and very traditional. They would go to powwows. They would go in the woods and create fine little crotch things and make slingshots and nice wood to make bow and arrows. And really, they do a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They heated their house with firewood. They did tree service and stuff like that.
Right.
But they were all like super badass in their own like respects. Like, so the very oldest, he could, you know, never worked on a car before, read a manual and would have it fucking mint, change brakes, whatever. Uh, then the next brother down was a he had the school record for like the fastest mile and 2 mile and cross country. He had like endurance for days.
Right.
He also wrestled as well and he was like a badass. If someone had a problem with him, he'd be like, all right, and then he's 50 something now. No, he's got to be like closer to 60. Like he's much older. Then they had a sister who was pretty badass. Like they used to have parties at their house, and she'd fucking box any of the girls and whoop their ass. And then they have the next brother down, Brandon. He can do anything art wise with any medium.
Right.
For example, my dad owns a body shop upstate, and he's like, Brandon, you think you could airbrush? Oh, I've never done this. So I'll buy it for you. And like made this like sick mural, having never used this ever before.
On his first
He then
attempt.
wants, huh?
On his first attempt.
Yeah. Like two chicks, like fucking big boobs and like a skyline with some cars in the background. It was sick.
Yeah.
He also took like a huge stump and carved like a huge turtle out of it. I'm like, that is like, how can he's like, I don't know, just
Just crazy.
and then my like idol out of all of them was the youngest brother. He's 7 years older than me.
Right.
And he was just like freakishly strong. Like he could hang fully
Yeah, yeah.
out and do multiple one arm pull ups. Like, do you know how hard it is just to get out of the shoulder?
Oh, I
Like I
know.
usually feel I'm like, and that's it. He would
That's
come up over the shoulder and do two of them, and then he could also do like he could grab like a base of a doorway like this and do rep out pull ups.
Jesus Christ.
Just an absolute freak. He wrestled like 112 and he'd be like walking up the stairs with 80-pound dumbbells in each hand, and he could bench like 225 weighing 112. It was just a freak, and he still is like dumb strong.
Yeah. Jesus.
And they all loved like fishing and hunting, so I'd go so that's like what I grew up around, and they would just do like, if you want to be a badass, do this, and I'd be like,
Okay.
okay. And I would like do these things like on my own just because they didn't drink, they didn't do drugs, they were, and they loved wrestling. So I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be better than them. They wanted me to be better than them as well,
Right, right.
No ego, just all like love and just wanted,
Absolutely.
so that's what I grew up around, and that just fucking exploded. I went to German wrestling.
Okay.
So I used to run from my house. Like this is starting like 9th, 10th grade because they told me they used to do it.
Right.
So I'd run from my house, which is 2 miles from the school, at like 5 a.m. It's dark out, it's cold. I got a snowsuit on, snow boots, running through the snow, whatever. Get to the school, lift or drill or whatever, do classes all day, then do wrestling practice. And then 3 times a week after wrestling practice, I'd hop in my car, drive an hour north to Albany, train wrestling for another hour, and then hour and a half and come back, kind of when I look back, I was like, I probably overtrained,
You probably could have took a break. You probably could have took it a little bit easy. Yeah.
a little bit. And yeah, I wanted it. I wanted to be good so bad that it may have even like hurt me, like legit, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, like mentality, like, yeah. And also like at the time, Dave, everyone was on this like Dan Gable kick where like more is better.
Right. Okay.
Where now all these athletes are everything, all their volume is kind of like dialed in to specific to them. Their diet is all specific to them.
Yeah.
But at the time it was just like, just grind, be mentally tougher than the opponents, So I did that for a long time, and I was a 2-time section runner-up where you had to win the section to go to states.
Okay.
So I never went to the state tournament, and that like broke my heart. I was like, fucking. So I had this like little tick on my shoulder, this little, like fuck, little chip off my shoulder, So I only got one offer to wrestle like a D3 school.
Right.
And I was like, no, we're going big or we're going home,
Got it.
So my great grandfather was the president of Bloomsburg University for like 30 years.
Okay.
So I was like a shoo-in at that college just off of that relationship.
Right.
I didn't even need to take my SATs. However, I did need to take my SATs to be eligible to compete in the NCAA.
Okay.
So I took the SAT, completely botched it, bad, awful. I think I got like 650 out of like 1600. It was like, yeah. But I didn't need it, to get. But my GPA in high school, and which I tell my kids like, dude, hit this hard, just apply yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
and I had like an 80 average without trying. Sports was like my number one thing. I played football.
Yeah.
I wrestled.
Yeah.
I ran track and field up until 10th grade.
Okay.
And I remember after my 10th grade year, I lost and I didn't make the finals. And I was like, That's it. I want to be good. I want to be really like I want to be those guys down there.
You
And
want to
I
be
just
like
started.
that?
That's why I started journeyman and wrestling like all year round. And then I got the finals 2 years in a row and just pissed it down my leg.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I was still chasing this
Greatness.
unsatisfied goal
I get it.
to
Yeah.
be a state champion, right? So then I took it to college,
Okay.
and something very similar where I beat guys in ranked ninth in the country. I beat all Americans, but when it came to like my turn to actually do it, I just always like just fell short. Uh, I never made the national tournament, right?
Okay.
Which the goal was to be an all American or national champion,
Okay.
and then like me and you spoke about on the car, I had like the fake kid. I was this
Yeah.
girl that lived where my mom lived for a little bit, came over, visited, we hooked up. 7 months later, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm like, yeah, right, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
Like I laughed at her for an hour, and then I go visit her. I'm like, whoa, you are
That's who
super
you are?
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she I was like, all right, we'll get a paternity test. She's like, oh, you don't believe me?
Oh, one.
I
Oh.
was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. She's like, this is how you want to start this relationship off? Like, not without trust? And I was like, no, no.
Wow.
And like a dumb 20-year-old at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, and I never did it.
And these women will shame you into not getting a DNA test. They will shame you,
Right.
right? But yeah, go on with the story though.
So, let's just kind of fast forward a little bit. So now I am going to college. I'm trying to be dad of the year.
Right.
I'm trying to get my grades to be really good because I'm trying to be this different, like a better version of myself because I think I have a dependent. Um,
Yep.
so things just started getting like heavy.
You're right.
Just the weight got I just started feeling like just pressure. I'd go into the wrestling room and I would be losing sometimes or would have close goes with guys that I should beat with one hand behind my back, and
Yeah.
I started losing a couple matches that I should have won. I just started I just felt like I couldn't breathe,
Yeah.
And then one night, dude, one night I was like super depressed and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take like fucking 20 of these Tylenol.
Yeah.
And if I don't wake up, fine. And if I do, like, okay.
Oh
And
man.
I told some of my buddies about it
Yeah.
in the morning, almost like joking, like, I don't give a shit, whatever. And they laughed it off and they're like, okay, dude. And then they told the coach. Coach told my mom. So my coach was like, yo, dude, come to the office. So I come in. He's like, big dog, we gotta talk. I'm like, my mom's like, why are you here, mom? It's like a small intervention. Well, the fuck are you here? He's like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, I see it. I'm like, you're wearing it on your sleeve, dude.
You're right.
You're like ripping yourself apart. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta take you off the team, dude. And I'm like, no, like, I need to. And he like convinced me to like kind of give back my scholarship and just I not compete. Still come to the wrestling room, but not compete.
Right.
And then I was like back. I got in the honors. I got on the dean's list.
Right.
I'm crushing everybody. Not everybody in the room, but I'm back to me.
You're back to
Just
you.
'cause what's that?
You went back to who you were. You went back
Right,
to you.
right.
Right.
But and then some. I'm not cutting weight. I feel good.
Yeah.
And then so now I'm doing school full time. And I'm running back and forth like an hour and a half to see this like kid
Yeah.
and his mom.
Yeah.
And then I stayed home for like a winter break or the summer.
Right.
And I was home. I was like, I can't go back to school. Like this is like I got my little guy. So then I started commuting to school and I was working at UPS. So I'd get up at like 4:00 in the morning, go work at UPS from 4 to 8. From there, I would drive like almost 2 hours, go to school, or no, on Monday after 8 p.m., I would go do landscaping for like $8 an hour. just to make enough money to pay for some rent, and I had like no money to my name though.
Yeah.
Like during that time period, I think I don't know. I drank like
Oh man.
maybe like 4 times a year just because I didn't have the funds to actually like that's how tight everything was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like not even a beer. Like not like you know.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and and I like to party, so but it listen, prioritize. Right? I had to take care of this kid, I gotta make money for food, for whatever.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Some man shit.
Yeah. 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 I get it. I get it.
So then so I did that for a full semester. So now we're in the winter, and I'm like, dude, I'm like breaking down. Like I remember driving to work,
Yeah.
and like I would see like dark images like run across the road. I'm like, hopefully I hit a deer and I crash so I could fucking be in a hospital bed and rest. That's how exhausted I was. I'd pull in the parking lots, and I didn't have time.
Yeah.
And I would take like legit, like turn off the car and be out and take 20-minute naps to get to the next thing. And then that became a lot. And I was like, so I dropped out of school
Oh man.
my senior year because I was like, this is just, I got a family to kind of take care of. And this is just too much on me. I'm like running myself down a lot. And this is with all the stuff I told you prior with like getting up early and training and like it was just becoming just so I was just so tired all the time and just
You're
like
depleted.
almost depressed, right?
Yeah.
So then that girl starts like fucking around and whatever, and I kind of catch her messing around with some other dude. So now I'm single and I'm living in Amish country, Pennsylvania with my mom and my grandmother.
Okay.
The
Okay.
graduating class is like 45 kids.
Holy shit.
This is very small.
Small. It's small. Yeah.
Yeah, this is you, and I'm the darkest person there. You spit, people know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I would go back and forth with the kid's mom on things, and if I didn't comply with her demands, she'd be like, "All right, well, let's go to court." I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
"What?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any. I'm only making $125 a week
Here's the
at
thing.
UPS, and then I'm getting like some side cash if the guy has the money to pay me doing landscaping."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm working, like 16-hour days, like every 6 days a week,
This is UPS and landscaping.
Yeah. Um, and so every time she threw, I'm like, and I would just okay, like do whatever. And I was like, dude, I can't do this anymore. The only way I can get out of the situation is if the kid's not mine.
Right. Right. So
But
run
I
me through
went,
that. Right. Run
so
me through
with the
that.
money I didn't have, I like emptied my bank account for $300 for a fucking kit, get the test, swab his mouth, send it back. And it turned out not to be mine. And I was like, fucking,
Fucking.
I hate you as much as I love the kid. I'm not giving you the opportunity to do this to me again. So I just dipped. And then getting into MMA at the time when I was fathering this kid, the UFC was doing this. They had the Ultimate Fighters going on, and the UFC was taking off.
Yep.
And off of like my wrestling style, people would approach me at bars like, dude, you should, or parties like, you should do it, dude. You would be sick. I'm like, yeah, I know I would. I'd crush all those guys. And I made like this very bold statement about how great I would be if I did it.
Right.
And then when there was no kid to hold me back,
Right.
I was just like,
now it's time.
well, like you talking all this shit, then nobody called me out on it, right? Nobody called me out on it, but like to myself, I'm like, yo, you did talk all this shit, dude. Fucking see what's up.
Let's see.
So, my good friend, my young brother's best friend growing up, he's like my brother.
Right.
Loved Rocky. We used to spar all the time when he was like a little kid. And he had been doing MMA amateur for like 8 months. And I was in town visiting my father. And he's like, yo, dude, come down and help me with wrestling. I'm like, all right, no problem. So come down.
Right.
And then, we're like brothers. So like wrestling turns in like submission wrestling, and I'm like tapping him out, and and his coach was like, dude, how old are you? I'm like 22. He's like, you got to do this. I'm like, I don't know, dude. And long story short, by the end of the day, I'm signed up for, I trained one time. By the end of the day, I'm signed up for an MMA fight.
Because he's seen something in you.
Right.
Right.
And the one guy I was telling you who was my neighbor, who was a good runner and could fight, stuff like that.
Right.
He was the one like, dude, you got to do it. I'm like, dude, Ty, I can't strike. He's like, trust me, you'll be fine. You got to see these guys. I'm like, what? So I'm like, I guess. So then we went to Virginia because Virginia fights under pro rules, even as an amateur. Your first fight. Okay. No shin pads, no headgear, no bigger gloves, just fucking mouthpiece and 4-ounce gloves. So for me, it's like, if I'm going to do this, let's see where I'm at.
Right.
So after that one training session, I go back to my mom's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And Steve Blackman had an MMA gym.
There you go.
So it took me a little bit of, a little courage because it was kind of close to UPS. Right. Like, all right, fuck it, let's go in there. So I go in there. I'm like, hey, Steve, how you doing? I got a fight coming up at the end of the month. Where are your best guys? He's like, what? I'm like, where are your best guys? He's like, they're in the back. All right. Sign this paper. I'm like, all right, cool, boom, boom. Go back. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah. I got a fight coming up. I'm just here to get like a little work. So day one, I was better than 90% of the gym. Just off of a really strong wrestling background and being tough. Good cardio, strong, all those, and because in wrestling, right, everything's kind of pretty tight and compact. Yep. So for jiu-jitsu, you need things to be elongated for the submissions to work. If someone goes to your neck, I'd be here. If they go with my arm, I'd be like, nope, I'm taking that back. So it was hard for people to submit me, but the top guys were able to submit me for like 2 weeks.
Right.
And then they couldn't anymore because I figured it. I started learning and I started getting better. And then after that 2 weeks, somebody was like, hey, there's another fight in Virginia. Not the end of this month, next month. Right. You should do it.
Right.
And I go, okay. So now I'm signed up for 2 amateur fights under pro rules, and I've never
fought.
I've never fought.
You haven't even been doing striking at this point.
Well, no, I have. I was sparring with these guys in the gym, and Okay. So I go to Virginia for the first fight.
Right.
And I remember, and I like a lot of people, because my buddy Joey was on the same card, who kind of got me into it. Right. So we had like all of Saugerties in Virginia watching us fight. It was like Saugerties and like a couple other people for like other people. Like we had probably 30 people in this, like in a gymnasium.
Right.
So I felt like almost like back in the day when I was wrestling in my home match, like all of my people there, I just felt like invincible, dude. I think I took like some Stacker 2s. Yeah. I drank a 5-hour energy, an amp. I was like,
you were amped up. Yeah,
I was geeked, dude. I was like, someone's dying tonight, dude. And then they called me out, they locked the door, and my first fight was against another wrestler.
Okay.
So he tried shooting on me. I was like, nah, you ain't taking me down, bro. Right. You got the wrong one. And he couldn't really strike. So, I stuffed this, and I ended up like knocking him out at the end of the first round. I'm like, I'm addicted. This is the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
To beat somebody up in front of like the home, your home crowd, if you will, So then next fight, have a tough fight. I remember he kneed me in the mouth and my front tooth was numb for like 4 days. I was like, oh shit, am I going to lose a tooth? Yeah. But I remember just being, and it was outdoors in the summer, like August in Virginia at a fairground. And I'm on a double leg. And I was like, and I was like, I'm tired. This guy's got to be dead. Yeah. So then I went like, all right, just put the gas on.
Just grind it. Yeah, just grind it.
TKO. Yeah. So
But that's good.
So now some of the guys in my gym are turning pro,
Okay.
right? And I'm like, how much did you make? Like, I got 500 to fight, 500 to win. I'm like, you made $1,000?
Yeah.
I'll fight every weekend because, right, I'm only making on a 70-hour week like $500.
Wait, did you have 4 amateur fights in total?
Yes,
Okay, keep going. So now at this point you're 2-0, and your boys are
yes.
telling you about how they're getting paid in the pros. So what do you do?
So I fight the next month. I fight the next month. Now
Right.
this pro card is happening that Steve Blackman is throwing in Harrisburg. I'm like,
Okay.
Steve, you gotta let me on. You
Right.
gotta turn me pro. He goes, I don't know if you're ready. I'm like, dude, please let me,
4-0.
let me. I've got 3 finishes. Let me. I. I mean, all right, but you got to get certified through the commission.
Yeah.
So this guy's name's Greg Serb. He wrestled for Edinburgh. So I go to his office, like, hey, Greg, I want to fight pro on Steve's card.
Yeah.
He's like, you're only 4-0. I need to see more experience. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I'm telling you, I can do this. You got to let me. And I'm like, Bloomsburg, Edinburgh, they're the same EWF.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yo, can you? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't. Yo, I can't hear you.
And I go out there, I'm fighting this guy, and I shoot, and he stops it. I'm like, oh no.
He stuffed you.
Stuffs it. Like, not only stuffs it, but 2 underhooks and like throws me into the fence. And I'm like, this is going to be a long night.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not like this at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But not a bitch. So fuck it. So we're in there, we're working. He gets some good hits. I think I shoot again. He stops. I'm like, oh no. And I remember one time he had me up like a cage. I was breathing like, this, I don't know. This isn't, I don't like this. This is, all the fights have been very lopsided that I've had.
Right.
Like, they shouldn't be in it,
Right.
So break free. I just hit him with this stiff jab. And he like gets thinking like I went, and I just poured it on him.
Right.
And I end up TKOing him. So now I have $800 and I did it within a round. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we're going out. I'll buy all the like a young dumb kid,
Yeah, you're going wild. Yeah.
And but also at the time, this is 2009 in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
A beer is like $3.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so then I just kept the ball rolling. So what I liked about that, so working at UPS, it was seniority
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get to move up the ranks. It wasn't on your performance or anything you've done. And I've always liked that concept with wrestling. The better you do, the better, the more rewards you get.
Right. Right.
So I'm like, I'm going to keep banging these out, dude. So I fought 9 times my very first year, 4 amateur and 5 pro.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to get the money, and then I got a like a DM from, what was it? Shine Fights.
Okay.
And it was like old school UFC where there's multiple fights in one night.
Right. The tournament style.
Yes. And the grand prize was 50 grand. So I'm like, hey, UPS, peace. I'm going to go make 50 grand.
Fuck yeah.
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 And there was like no doubt in my mind that I would get it done, because I don't know what losing feels like. I've never lost. And I've gone into fights and been like, I don't feel awesome right now. I don't feel 100%.
Yeah.
But I figured out a way to win. So I'm like, you just win. That's just what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Shine Fights was originally scheduled for somewhere in Virginia. like near DC.
Yeah.
And the week of the fight, the commission goes, "You're not fighting more than once in one night. That's like barbaric."
Right.
So they moved it to an Indian reservation in Oklahoma.
Okay.
The Indian reservations, I don't know if you're aware, they like have their own rules and
Yeah.
laws, and
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and uh, and this and some guys had pulled out of the tournament because the tournament they had prior, this company didn't like pay everybody.
Right. Right.
So to have the fight, you
Yeah.
have to have I'm drawing a blank what it's called, but you have to have like money, like, hey, I have this much money to pay all the fighters.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay.
You have
I
to
get
prove
it.
it. Like I have it
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Indian reservations. I don't think that's the case.
Right. 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 Right.
It's its own whatever.
Yeah.
So I go out there, I fight. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. It's okay.
I,
Take your time.
I forget his name, but he had fought in the UFC. So all these guys that were in this tournament were like ex UFC fighters.
Right.
These guys are all like 20 and two or
Yeah. Yeah. They had to get
14.
heavy.
All these guys have a ton of experience, and there's me in there 6-0.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I go in there. I have and it was since it was tournament style, it was kind of best out of 2 rounds. Whether
Okay.
if you get a finish or if you win both the first and second round,
Yeah.
fight's over.
Yeah. But if it goes 1-1, you go into the third.
Correct.
Right.
So
Okay.
I go in there, kind of dominate this guy, just take him down,
Right.
uh, and then I was fighting in the semis. Again, I'm drawing a blank of his name,
It's okay. Take your time.
but he had knocked out Josh Koscheck in the UFC.
Josh Koscheck, and he's a good wrestler too. Yeah.
So I'm like, but I didn't know this.
At the time.
Right. No, I didn't know.
Okay. Okay.
And I remember finishing the first fight, lactic acid is running through my body, adrenaline starting to settle a little bit.
Yeah.
And I go, how much time do I have till the next fight? And they tell me, we'll let you know. Like, what? Is it going to be in a half hour? Is it going to be in 2 hours? Like, what? I need to know some kind of cool down,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll let you know. So I'm like, fuck. So I go in the back. I'm like, I don't know. So I just kind of stretched a little bit, just kind of stayed a little loose. So then I got called up for my next fight.
Yeah.
And I remember being behind the curtains and just being, and I remember in my head being like, I like pretty tired and I really don't want to be here right now. But we're here. We got to do what we got to do.
You
So
can't
I
do
got
it.
out, fighting the guy, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, clock him, he goes down. I'm like, all right. And then he called me to the ground. I'm like, you're going to call me to the ground, motherfucker? So I go down,
Yeah.
kind of fighting, whatever. And he takes my back, and he has my back, and he has my chin. And it's tight, it's hard to breathe, and it hurts. And I'm in this like submission attempt. I'm like, man, they didn't pay the last fighters. I don't have a job anymore because I quit.
Yeah.
Like, if he fucks me up and whatever,
Yeah.
am I even gonna get paid for this? Like, is this worth it right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, this sucks. And I was like, and I tap, and I just felt fucking like such a pussy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I go in the back and I'm like crying. I'm like, fuck this. I'm done with this shit. This fighting shit's bullshit. I'm fucking done. And my boy, my neighbor, who was the runner, who could fight, and he's like, dude, relax. It's all right. It happens. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like,
You don't
suicide.
hear nothing. You don't hear nothing at this point.
Yeah, you can't. And
Right.
so at the time, I was dating my kid's mother.
Right.
But now I have 15 grand. I won 15 grand for winning that first fight and making the semis.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, shit, it's the most money I ever had in my life. I'm fucking rich,
Yeah.
So I moved to Long Island
Yeah.
and down first and last an apartment.
Yeah.
We needed a bed, bought a bed. We needed a couch, bought a couch. Needed a few other things, bought it. And I'm like,
Back down to zero.
I got $5,000 left.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
You know?
That money goes fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's within 2 weeks of being in Long Island. I'm like, I need a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know anybody. I had reached out to Matt Serra a few times, like coming to Long Island to visit, and I kept getting his brother. What's his brother's name?
I have no clue. I didn't even know he had a brother.
Yeah, he's got a brother who's a little bit of like, they don't talk anymore. He's like a little bit of like a loose cannon. And I'm like, but this goes back. I'm like, dude, I'm 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
This goes back. This is how long I've been coming to Long Island.
Right. Right.
Hey, I want to train with your fight team. And he just kept selling me on like, hey, babe. He kept selling me on his, like a membership and training with average Joes. I was like, I don't think you're getting what I'm saying, dude. I'm like, I'm a
past
pro
that.
fighter.
Yeah, I'm past that now. Yeah.
So I do go in one time and I roll. And I'm like, this isn't like.
This is not what you want to be
So
doing.
afterward, I roll afterwards. I'm like, so where's the like? When's the fight team? And he just not giving me any. So I'm like, all right, fuck this, guys.
Yeah.
So then now I'm back on my grind, working, right? So I got a job at this fitness gym. I would open the gym at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'd work there till, I don't know, like 11, something like that, noon.
Yeah.
Go home, get a little lunch, and then I'd go work at PC Richards and Sons, which is kind of like a Best Buy.
Okay.
Family owned like Best Buy. There's a bunch of them on Long Island.
Okay.
And I worked there from like 3 to close or 4 to close. So again, I'm working like 16-hour days. I'm only making like $500 a week. When I go to the grocery store to buy stuff, I'm like, price checking stuff to see if I could,
Yep.
50 cents. I'm like, we gotta go this one that's a little cheaper,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I started meeting some people and a really good wrestler who was like nationally renowned at the when I was in high school. His name is Ryan Needle, and he was like the number one recruit coming out of high school.
Right.
He went and wrestled at Ohio State, and he was a starter there. And then he like tweaked his knee, and he had to have surgery. And when he came back from surgery, and at that elite level, like every day is a damn fist fight.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
So he like kind of like mentally broke and was like, I can't keep wrestling off my spot every 2 weeks. There's no like, I don't feel any security, whatever. So he kind of broke because being the number one guy in the country to like fighting for a spot on a team is like can definitely fuck with you.
Yeah, 100%.
So then he transferred to Buffalo.
Right.
And we wrestled him, and I wrestled him, and I beat him, I think, like 7-3 or something like that.
Right.
So I'm at the gym, and he walks in. I'm like, Ryan Needle?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? He's like, oh, yeah, my buddies, that I went to Buffalo with, live over here. I moved down here. I'm like, oh, dude, sick.
Yeah.
So we got to talking. I'm like, do you know any gyms? He's like, oh, my boy Ryan LaFleur has a gym. I'm like, all right. So I get Ryan's contact information. I hit him up. And at this time, I had already tried out for the Ultimate Fighter once, season 12.
Okay.
And long story short, they didn't take me because they thought I was too small for the weight class. Even though I was 7 I think I was like maybe 6-0 when I tried out for the Ultimate Fighter at 155.
What weight class? It was 155?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My whole career, I fought, early 155, 160. The lowest I ever fought at was like 150, like a catch weight.
Well, you were a featherweight in the Ultimate Fighter, so that's the lowest. Right,
so a friend of mine reached out to me and told me, hey, dude, they're doing 145. You should try it.
Right.
And I had wrestled at 145 and a half in college for freestyle and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I go, oh, okay. And I met with a personal trainer there who kind of did some nutrition. He gave me like a whole diet plan.
Right, right.
And so I called the UFC. And because I made it to in the UFC, you go, like 3,000 people show up.
Yeah,
You have to weigh in. They make sure you have a winning record with at least 3 wins. You can make the weight, and then you roll with a random guy
yeah, yeah.
in front of Dana White and Sean Shelby and all these guys and some other people. Like, all right, good. And then they let you know if you make the next round. After that round, that you come back in with a group of 30 people, and they have coaches holding mitts. You hit mitts. They kind of walk around, say, okay, good, good.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you make the next round, then there's an interview at the end. So that was a 12-hour day.
Right, right.
That was a 12-hour day,
Yes, sir.
Uh, and so I make it to like a month or two later, they call me. Hey, you made the next round. We're gonna fly you to Vegas. We're gonna do drug tests on you. We are going to full body scans, CAT scans, MRIs, everything. Make sure you're healthy. You're good to go.
Yeah,
And then there's another interview there.
right.
So I made that for the season 12.
Okay, okay,
There. So
okay.
making it and they said, if you don't make this season, you don't have to do all the other stuff. You could just come to the second if you apply for another season. So
Okay.
when I called them about if that held true for 145, they're like, yeah. So cool. So they flew me to Vegas, did everything. I made them, and they're like, oh, we remember you. We actually really liked you,
Like you.
but we thought you were too small for weight class. I was like, you're too
Right.
small, motherfucker. So now I'm about to go into the Ultimate Fighter. I'm living on Long Island.
Yeah,
I've got nowhere to train.
yeah,
So I call Ryan Flair,
yeah.
talk to him. I'm like, hey man, I'm going to Ultimate Fighter in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, how come train? Yeah, come down, see what's up. And then they were doing like some like group kind of training where if you win, you stay in, and the next guy comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the jiu-jitsu coach Greg DePasquale comes in.
Right, right.
And yeah, he's crushing everybody, and I like snap him down, take his back, and people are like, "Oh shit! Like what the fuck?"
That's
I
coach.
didn't
Yeah.
submit him or anything, but like, dude, the fact that I got to like a very dominant position on him,
The position.
people were
Yeah,
like, "Oh shit!"
yeah,
So that turned into like, "We got you. You don't have to pay. You can train here. You rep our gym." I'm
yeah,
like, "Cool." I shoot out. I do the Ultimate Fighter.
yeah,
That's 6 weeks
yeah.
of what I fought. You have to fight to get into the house.
Yes, yes, yes.
I fought Jimmy Rivera. So funny story about the Jimmy Rivera fight.
Okay.
The very first round, he fucking fucked me up. He dropped
Yeah,
me like once or twice. He was
I watched it.
completely beating my ass.
I watched it. Yeah,
Then I went back to my corner,
yeah.
Kamaru Usman, and my manager. My now, he then became my manager after I was on the show with him. Ryan Parsons was in my corner, and they're trying to tell me what to do better in the next round.
Right, right.
I looked them dead in the eyes. I go, I got this. They're like, like what? Like we just watched you get your ass beat. What do you mean you got this? And they didn't say that, but they're thinking it. They're like, but they don't know me from a hole in the wall. They met me
Right.
20 minutes prior before I came out.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like, all right, like good luck, kid. Like, well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we've
And
seen
I
that.
go
We've
out
seen that
there.
first round. So I mean, I seen that. I remember that first round.
Well, the thing is, so going back in the corner, I'm like, fuck, I'm not letting go of my shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
in the
getting
first,
hit anyways. I might as well throw my shit too.
you weren't
Because I
being
would start
pushed.
to throw, he'd hit me, and then I would stop.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm like, I'm just gonna throw my shit, even if he's like, just bite and just get hit and just keep throwing my shit. And I drop him,
yeah.
take his back, submit him,
TKO.
and then that's why I was the number one pick going on the show
Yeah,
because the conversation I had in the corner with Ryan Parsons, he's like, that kid's different.
yeah.
He got his ass beat, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "I got this."
Wait, is this the Jimmy Rivera fight, or this is the?
Yes,
Okay, because that's your first fight. Okay,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
fight to get into the house.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
that was the first fight after the house.
No, that's the first. That's the fight to get even in the house.
Oh,
So I sent Jimmy Rivera home, and I went in.
and then you fought Steven Bass.
Then I fought Stephen Bass on week 2.
Right.
He was 10-0.
Yeah,
and
right,
he had
right.
never lost,
But you
and I
TKO'd
went.
him. But you
Yeah,
TKO'd him in the second round.
yep.
Yeah,
And then 2 weeks later, so I mean, I'm very blessed because the spacing of my fights was like every 2 weeks, pretty much. It was
amazing.
yeah, it was good. Or no, maybe it's yeah, no, maybe it was every 3 weeks.
But it was spaced out enough for you.
Yeah, where I could
Right.
kind of recover. I could, let my weight get like to a comfortable, but I never let my weight get above like 160 while I was in the house.
Okay. Okay.
And then, we always had control of the next fight. So I was able to like kind of taper my weight down nice and easy
Yeah.
where they didn't know when they were fighting next.
Yeah.
So I was very blessed to have that. Uh, Fought Diego.
Well,
And,
you fought Akiri Khorasani, and then you
yep,
finished him with a guillotine in the first,
yep,
and then you went on to fight Diego Brandao in the
yep,
finale.
correct.
Yeah, and you were on Team Miller, by the way, just for the people to know.
Yes,
You were on
yeah.
Mayhem Miller. Yeah. So run me down that the Akiri fight when you finished him with the guillotine in the first round.
He, because I had partied with him a little bit in Vegas trying out, and I'm like, dude, this guy's dope.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's cool,
He's a
dude.
stud. He's a stud.
Yeah, he can fight well. He's got
Yeah,
confidence. The way he talks, he's got a little
yeah,
accent. I'm like, he's dope.
yeah.
But on the show, he became like a little bit of a villain, kind of. He like
Ah,
tried to play head games with everyone, try and get everyone's heads and
yeah,
stuff like that. And I remember one morning we're all hanging out in the kitchen, and he kind of made up a freestyle song about me, about how he's going to beat me and how I don't have a chance. And
yeah,
I sat across the table and go, yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah, okay. I just looked him dead in the eye, like, okay, yeah,
yeah,
and he would try to do little things. So he talked a lot of shit. So when I submit him, like, you like that bitch?
yeah,
Oh, I'm the man. That was good because he was knocking me around a little bit until I took him down.
yeah,
Again, he's a really good striker.
yeah,
Um, but just that's one of my things. I just never, no matter how bad things get,
yeah.
I never quit. When I
Listen,
played football, we
yeah,
could be losing 49-7,
yeah,
and the guy could be 20 yards ahead of me, running for a touchdown.
yeah,
And I just would never stop chasing him down until he got in the end zone. I tackled a lot of guys in the end zone, but like, I'm tackling you, mother. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be here all game. You might beat us as a team, but
yeah, yeah.
nobody's beating fucking me, right?
You know
That's why I
what?
love wrestling. Is
You know
like,
what?
that's me. It's my show.
Absolutely.
I'm in control of what goes on, right? So when I would lose football games, it sucked because we did put a lot of work in and we were like a brotherhood,
Yeah,
but it didn't even scratch the surface of losing a wrestling match.
yeah, yeah. Because
You
that's
know,
individual. That's individual. That's all up to you, right? It's
right?
all
And
on your
also,
back.
also like playing football. There's not. I mean, I would sacrifice my oxygen and like sprints, like running really hard. I would sacrifice my body a little bit and like, hitting people.
Yeah, yeah.
But wrestling, I'm sacrificing like nutrition,
Sleep.
water,
Yeah, everything.
sleep.
Yeah,
There's just a lot. I'm putting in a lot of extra work to become even greater. So when you would lose, it's just like, ugh,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
fuck.
No, I get it. And if there's one thing anybody can't take away from you, it's your heart. Because I've seen most of your fights, and in a lot of your fights, you do get clipped. But what you don't do is you don't fold. You come right back at him. And I have some good examples of that, especially with the Jeremy Stevens fight is a perfect example of that. Because in the second round with Jeremy Stevens, your leg was compromised, but you
Oh,
still
bad. It was fractured.
but you still found a way to push forward, even
Right.
though the
Right.
outcome didn't work in your favor. So,
Right.
okay, so I wanted to talk about that after, but I'll get into it now. When you were going into the third round with Jeremy Stevens, I had you up 29-27. I had, even though the second round your leg was compromised, you still kept pushing forward, and it looked like you kind of got past it at a point. So for me, going into that third round, you were up 2 rounds
Right.
going in with Jeremy Stevens. Did
Yeah.
you feel the same way too?
I knew it was close, and I knew I had to just keep pushing a
I did
hard
too.
pace to try to, because every time I fought, I was trying to finish a guy, right?
Yeah.
Get out of there as fast as possible. Jeremy's super tough, hits like a fucking train,
Oh,
and
Juicy.
at that elite
Yeah.
0.1%
Yeah.
level,
Yeah.
when you slipped when you should have dipped, that's it. So he landed the knee, and he was such a cunt going into that fight because he missed weight by like 6 pounds or something like that, like 4 or 6 pounds. He missed weight, and he came up to me. He came up to me in the back. He's like, "You gonna take the fight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I put in the work. I made weight. Like, I'm still gonna fight. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking bitch." He's like, "All right, all
Plus,
right."
plus, I'll
Huh?
take 20% of your purse too.
But you know what's bullshit though is they don't take 20% of
No?
the entire purse.
Wait,
They
wait.
only take 20% of the initial fight purse.
Really?
So I'm almost like, I should fucking be a little stronger and miss weight and give myself a better guarantee of winning, and I'll
Right.
still make more money
Yeah.
than if I make weight and lose.
Right. That's a good point.
I thought that was bullshit. It is what it is, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Jeremy and I had a war.
Yeah, man.
He was a little cunty after the fight too, whatever. And then I saw him later on at another event in, I think, Jersey. I showed up. I was sitting close to him. He's like, "Oh, Dennis, what's up, dude?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What's up, bro?" "Hey, man, we sat there. You want a drink?" I'm like, "I got a fight coming up. I'm getting you something. You want water?" I'm like, "All right." And his wife was extremely cool.
Right, right.
Came back. He was having a couple beers. He's having a good time, So he was
I
like,
get it. I get it.
but I sat with him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, our fight, you were the hardest fight I've ever had in my life." Like,
Nice.
he's like, hands down, that was the toughest fight I've ever had. He's like, "You're a fucking warrior, dude." And I was like, "You know what, Jeremy, you're right in my book." You know? And listen, and everyone says it, and I believe it too, right? Had I not got that knee and whatever, I would have won that fight.
Yeah.
But
I had you up.
it is what it is, and I can't take that away because I've been in a lot of fights where I'm getting my ass beat and I fucking come back and find a way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's part of the game. And
Part of the game. Yeah.
if someone was like, "I would have beat you if you didn't," I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And by the way, in that fight, what you did beautifully in that fight was the way you set up your leg kicks. You set them up behind left hands, but you have this chopping leg kick where kind of like a Jose Aldo type of style, where it kind of chops down at the thigh. And you did beautiful. I was about to show my son that last night too, but I was so tired. The way you set them up behind your left hands and just chop down with the leg kick, absolutely fucking
you
beautiful.
play soccer ever?
I played soccer. He don't play soccer. He
Yeah,
only
so-
plays basketball and does martial arts.
To get a hard kick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You like run in before you kick the ball. So I developed a style or a combo where I'd get the guy moving backwards.
Right, right.
So like hard 2 jabs, or maybe a 1-2-1, and they get me the distance I want, or maybe I even push them to get to the distance I want, which would make me go step,
out,
kick.
Right,
And I would do those steps with the punches in their face so they couldn't counter, and I could chop the leg.
And then you step out, chop the leg, yeah.
Right.
And they are beautiful, by the way. 100% technical. So look,
I want to keep Trimble. So, because if you watch my Shine fights or my early fights prior to working with Keith Trimble, my kicks were awful.
Right.
Standing straight up, I throw a kick, I get punched, whatever. But it was a double-edged sword, right? Because back then I couldn't kick hard, so even if someone checked it, didn't really hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I learned how to really kick hard, if they checked it, it really hurt. So after all my fights, and they would get checked, and after all my fights, my foot would be swollen, my shin would be have a contusion in it.
Yeah.
But I would just accept that, that's I'm trying to get this money, I'm trying to get this win, I'm going to sacrifice
Yep.
to get this job done.
Absolutely.
And I remember, I think I was fighting Darren Elkins,
Okay.
and he checked a kick early, and my shit was like fucking. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Where most fighters don't throw that kick anymore.
Because remember, when they check it, it's shin on shin at this point.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had Henry Hoofs in my corner. He's like, keep throwing the leg kick. Keep throwing the leg kick. And I just I would just bite down and just even though I wasn't hitting the shin anymore, it still hurt. But I trying to win,
Did you okay? So you said Henry Hoof. Did you
Yep.
train only with Henry Hoof, or did you train with the Black Zillions too?
When they were the Black Zillions, me and Ryan LaFleur would go down to Boca and train with them. But we would just go for
A couple days, weeks.
2 weeks max, randomly. Usually if we both had a fight camp coming up,
Yeah.
just to get different looks, and Henry's a great coach. He's
shout out Henry Hoof. When I did an interview with Miguel Torres used to train down with the Black Zillions also. So Henry Hoof, Kamar Usman, Luque Vicente, Gilbert Burns. Henry Hoof is top of the top, right?
Yeah. So there was a very funny story with Henry Hoofs. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
And he goes, Tyrone Spong loves you. He goes, I don't know why. He's a world champion, and you're not even ranked, and he loves your fighting style. I'm like, that's like a backhanded compliment, but that's how Henry is, very blunt and
That's a great compliment coming from Tyrone. Tyrone is a fucking
monster. No, but how Henry put it though.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he loves you. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
He's a world-class world champion, and you're not. But he thinks he loves how you get in there and get after it.
Backhanded or not, still a great compliment. Yeah. Let me ask you about the Matt Grice fight.
Yep.
So, so going into the third, I had it 1-1, just in case. Are you surprised how he survived that third round? Because he was in survival mode most of the round. Yeah. He was out on his feet. He was stumbling. He was on the cage, and he was there for 4 minutes. Are you surprised how he survived that round?
Brother, dude, he is so. Jeremy Stevens saying that was his hardest fight against me. Yeah. Matt Grice was my hardest fight. That was I left everything I had in that octagon. I remember the fight, the last bell, I was just trying to get air because I was trying to knock him out so bad. I was hitting him so hard, and I was putting everything I had into every strike to try to get this to end.
Yeah.
And when he wouldn't fall down, I just kept trying, but you can only sprint for so long, right?
But you hit him with everything and the kitchen sink. You hit him with everything. And he would not, and his feet were giving up. He was on the cage.
Yeah.
I rewatched that fight 2 days ago. I was like, how the hell did he fucking stand up?
That's a great fight to show somebody if they've never watched MMA before. Here, check this out.
Right.
What the hell?
Right. So let me get into the Korean zombie fight. So to me, obviously it ended in the first round. In the first round, there was a point where you clipped him with an overhand right and kind of buckled him, kind of stunned him. And then there was another sequence where you kind of dipped your head, and obviously he hit you with the right uppercut. But to me, so Herb Dean called that fight. When he hit you with the right uppercut and you went down, the Korean zombie hit you 3 times really fast. Right. No, I counted 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, I counted 3. I watched it yesterday. I could be wrong though. But to me, it was an early stoppage. I think
1,000%.
I think Herb Dean could have gave you a couple more seconds to try to regain your bearings. But to me, and I'm maybe to you too, it was an early stop. What up, kiddo?
This is Lulu.
Hello, Lulu. How are you?
Good.
School time?
She's getting ready to go to school.
Have a good day at school, kiddo.
Get smarter, right? Are you getting smarter today? Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was this? Okay, the Korean Zombie. So to me, that was an early stoppage. Did you feel the
Yeah.
same way too?
Yeah. So, and it's tough because right, we're talking about my earlier fights where I get rocked and I get back up and I win.
Yeah.
And it's like, Herb, have you never seen any of my fights ever?
Yeah. He
This is
could've-
like a common thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, no, yeah, it is a common thing, but you do persevere. You have heart. But absolutely was an early stoppage. You could have gave you a couple more
Yeah.
seconds.
So I got up
But you did.
instantly and I looked at him like, really, dude?
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, man. I go like,
Yeah.
right, it is what it is. It's done. I can't reverse it. You know, he couldn't be like, oh, I didn't mean it. It's done, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me to sit there and dwell, I mean, listen, I was very pissed and upset, but
Yeah.
to make a scene and try to fight him or
Yeah.
tell me the piece of like, there was no reward in that.
Yeah. There's no point. There's no point.
And I looked at him, I go, you're just trying to do your job. I get it.
Yep. Yep.
Whatever, you know. And then he fought Frankie Edgar,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Frankie Edgar got fucking knocked around the octagon for rounds, and I'm like, why couldn't I get that? I want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me that opportunity, right? Because we talk about the sacrifice and everything we put into these training camps to win. Also, the money and the livelihood for your family.
Yeah.
There's two fights that I think, had I won, I would have fought for a title.
I guess
Carl Lamas being the first one. After that would have been 8 wins in a row. And then the Korean Zombie. It was Super Bowl weekend. Korean Zombie just returned.
Yeah.
He's got a cult following.
Yeah.
Super Bowl weekend headliner that's a pretty big deal, right? And if I could have put him out in some kind of fashion, 1,000% I think would have fought for a title. So when that, and I had prepared for a 25 round battle, and I didn't go to 4th of July parties, and I didn't eat at Thanksgiving, and I did all the right things. So when that, and also like I'm a little bit sick in that, like every time I fought, I would go in the mirror, I'd look myself in the eyes, and I would prepare and come to terms with dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I die tonight,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm totally cool with it, right? So if you're fine with dying,
Yeah.
what's a punch?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that was the mindset. I would get myself in like a crazy, like satanic, almost like
do or die. Do or die. You're
right.
die.
It's either going to be me or you, but I'm going to meet you in the middle, and we're going to see what's up.
No, I do agree with that, but you said 8-fight winning streak. Is it 7? I counted.
No, it was 7. That would have been 8 had I beat Ricardo Lamas.
Ricardo Lamas, yes, because I think so. I think if you beat Ricardo,
because he was ranked 3rd at the time.
Ricardo Lamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you beat Ricardo, I definitely would have saw you going for a title shot too, because you were only 1 win away from it, right? And then they were talking all this shit about Conor. Conor's he's in like the waiting room, and like he might be the next guy. They're trying to prep him to be.
He was still down the ladder.
Yeah, I was so I was referring. There was an interview you did with Errol Hawani when you guys were talking about. It was right before the Ricardo Lamas fight. And then he was asking you, do you think this will be, if you win this, do you think the UFC will line you up for the next title and blah, blah, blah. But I definitely think if you won that fight, you would have been number one contender. You would have been number one contender 100%. So my next question, you fought Jimmy Rivera on the Ultimate Fighter to get into the house. Right. Did you guys train afterwards, like years later? Yeah? So you guys became friends afterwards?
Yeah.
Did he come to Long Island MMA?
Yep. Or? We would go. They would meet over at Keith Trimmel's gym, Belmore Kickboxing in Belmore.
Right. So you did train with him after.
Yep. And then, you know what? He had like a little chip on his shoulder because we would do rounds and he would be going very hard. Respectively, we'd be, and like, I remember one time I kind of bested him in the round. And he's like, "Let's go again. I need to like And then we go again. And it was like close. And he's like, I won that one. I'm like, you fucking win that one. Get the fuck out of here. But we were boys. We were boys, you know. And that's a good drive, right? Is
Yeah.
to get one back if you feel, and that that's what we're doing, you know.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask you some questions now, and then I'm gonna ask you some fun questions,
Okay.
and then like a little rapid fire thing, which I'll explain to you after. But who do you think? And I think I know it. I think it's Matt Grice. Who is your toughest opponent and why? But I
Yeah,
think
Matt Grice was he just wouldn't fall down.
he just
He
wouldn't.
hits. He's super. He was a very technical striker. He could wrestle really good. You know, Matt Grice never lost a high school wrestling match.
No,
He was like one of the number one touted guys going into college.
he never lost in high school.
Dude's sick.
What the fuck? I did not know that about Matt
And
Grice.
then he got into a car accident in college where he had to stop wrestling.
Oh Jesus
They're like,
Christ!
if you wrestle, you might get paralyzed. So he stopped wrestling, and then somehow he's sick, right? Somehow he finds himself like in MMA, which is more brutal than wrestling, you know. I guess there's less stress on your back fighting than in wrestling.
Compared to wrestling, yeah. Who is somebody you wanted to fight but never got the opportunity to?
BJ Penn. Yep.
One thing. So I've been watching MMA since 2005. I'm 40 years old, obviously. I've been watching for 21 years. My three goats are BJ Penn, Anderson Silva, and a little guy named Miguel Torres out in WEC. But so you're talking about BJ Penn at 155.
Yes.
You little
So
monster.
when I was fighting in the lower level circuits pro,
Right.
I'd be fighting someone I didn't know. I didn't look them up. So what I used to do in my head is I would, in the back, I'd prepare like I'm going out to fight BJ Penn.
BJ Penn. You guy. So you wanted to fight BJ Penn?
Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you think you would have just run me through a hypothetical reality? How would that would have gone? And be honest.
I just don't think his wrestling
No.
was near mine, and I think I could have, stood with him to a certain extent, and took him down the ground, and just every time I fought,
Yeah.
the number one way to win in my head was like, I'm just gonna fucking put a wet blanket over this guy and drown him.
Yeah.
And make it his idea to give up.
Yeah.
That's what I always try to do. I'm just gonna out-gas you, out-will you, be stronger, just be in your face and relentless and make you as uncomfortable as possible, where you go, I don't need the other half the money. You can have it, because this is torture. This is torture.
Yeah, and I mean we've all seen BJ struggles with the wrestlers, right? Who is somebody you wished you got the opportunity to train with, whether it's a fighter or a coach?
You know what? That's actually a tough one, because
You
at the level I was at, and I'd meet people and, dude, come train. And that's one thing actually that we're gonna reverse the question.
Okay.
Is that I wish I did more of. I wish I went and trained at TriStar. Who's the head guy over there?
Faraz Abi.
Faraz. I worked with him for 10 minutes at Henzo's one time.
Right.
Everything he showed me made perfect sense. From like, grab like this, because they're going to do this, and then you come over the elbow. I was like,
yeah.
In 10 minutes, I was like, dude, you showed me a lot. And he's like, dude, come up to Canada. And I was like,
Montreal, yeah.
Uriah Faber, I was 1-0. I went out and trained with those guys at Team Alpha Male.
Alpha Male, yeah.
And I was there for a little over a week.
Right.
And at the end, he was like, dude, move out here.
Yeah.
And I was like, all my family's on the East Coast. I didn't have any kids at the time.
Yeah.
I just was like, I don't, it's just,
yeah.
I don't really have any money,
Yeah.
It was like, but I could have fighting Diego.
Yeah.
Dude, come down to Greg Jackson's.
Oh, Jackson
Yeah, there I could have My boy Frank Hickman
Yeah.
is now the owner, or George Hickman is now the owner of Bang Tao.
Right. Right.
What's it, Muay Thai or MMA in Thailand?
Yeah. 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 More
So when
time.
I was training, he's like, dude, come out and train. But at the time, he was the head coach of Tiger Muay Thai.
Right. Right. Right.
Dude, come out and train. And I just never did it, you know. But at the time, I had kids, so it's like, I want to be there for them.
Yeah.
I don't want to be gone for
Yeah. Yeah.
3 weeks. Also, if I'm gone for 3 weeks, I'm not making any money because I used to do private lessons
Yeah.
at the gym to kind of stay, you know,
Afloat.
have some spending money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. But who is someone I would have liked to? Who could I've learned from? Probably someone like George St. Pierre, who has,
Yeah.
because it's, and I probably still could hit up any of these people like, yo, dude, I want to come train, but I'm like, that would just be more like a vacation kind of like that. I'm not
Yeah.
training. There's no, the why isn't really there except for just hanging out and getting some work in.
Yep.
But I would train at Rain at Mark Munoz's gym in California.
Yeah.
And I'd train with the Black Zillions. And when that changed to Kill Cliff, yeah, I would train over there. Or what was it? Hard Knocks 365.
Yeah.
So I met a lot of really cool guys. I trained with a lot of really good guys. I just wish I went and did some camps at other spots.
Yeah.
Because I knew exactly what Tuesday entailed. I knew who was going to be there. I knew it was going to be hard. But when I'd go train at these other gyms, I didn't know what to expect. So I was like on my A game.
Right.
And also, I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
Fighting is not comfortable.
Right. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable, which would have been good for you, right? To hop out your
now, listen. Now, I did go to Tiger Schulman's. I would go spar over there. That was uncomfortable. Yeah. I would go over to Ray Longo's and Sarah's and spar with Ally Quinta and those guys, which is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, they bring in some guys I didn't know.
Yeah.
And you just showed up and you performed well because it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But sparring with Chris Wade or Gregor Gillespie, hard, difficult.
Yeah.
But you knew what to expect. You knew they're your buddy, they're your teammate.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily looking to break your arm. They're not, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty controlled. It's gonna be, you know.
Shout out Chris Wade, by the way. I know you guys have Alter Ego MMA. I want to talk to you about that after. What's one part of your game you wished you worked on more?
Jiu-jitsu. Right. I tell everybody that. Right? I could take down anybody in the division.
Right.
So why am I not getting so good at jiu-jitsu where I just end the fight and then we're out of there?
So when you trained with Greg De Pasquale, was it no-gi that you were training?
Yeah.
So you've never had like
random... No, when I'm saying jiu-jitsu, I'm saying no-gi jiu-jitsu. Like just get really good because you don't fight in a gi, so
right.
Just being able to really get like awesome at submissions and just be able to submit anybody, you know, because I've worked with some guys and they submitted me once.
Yeah.
But that in a fight, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Like Boom Bryan, he has got an amazing guillotine, and he guillotined me like our first time training. I was like, all right, that's not going to happen again. But he was sneaky with it.
You have the guillotine in your back pocket. Guillotine is your thing.
But he would hit it from like weird spots.
Right.
You'd have him like on his back, and he'd like reach over and you're like, what the fuck? Steven Siler, same thing. I remember training with him in the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, this kid's a fucking nerd. I'm working with him. Submits me. I'm like, all right, I gotta try a little harder. Submits me again. I'm like, that. All right, now I'm trying my hardest. You ain't submitting me again.
Yeah. Didn't you fight him too in the UFC?
Yes.
Right, he was on the Ultimate Fighter. And was he on your team or was he on Michael Bill's?
He was on my team.
Okay, so you started your career at 155, then you went to 145 for the Ultimate Fighter, then you went back to 155. I want to ask
my last fight just because I was like done.
With T. Edwards?
Yes.
Everything else before that was 145.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you weighed in at 145, what's the heaviest you stepped into the octagon as after weigh-ins? What did you rehydrate as?
Like the heaviest, maybe
Yeah,
like 163, but on average
163.
160, 161.
Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. How much do you weigh now? Because you are massive now.
190.
God damn, bro. Um, okay, so if you had to run it back with anybody, just one rematch, what would it have been?
I mean, anybody I lost to, really. But either Darren Elkins, the three losses, those three
Ricardo
split decisions
Lamas,
in a row.
Ricardo Lamas,
No,
no?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would run it back, but I lost three in a row to all alpha male guys on split decisions: Darren Elkins,
Right.
Andre Feely, and then Rick Glenn.
Andre Philly. And fun fact, when you fought Darren Elkins, your homeboy Chris Wade fought Frankie Perez
Yep.
on the same card. So you
Mhm.
guys are on the same card together.
And Ryan Flair fought Nico Price, maybe?
Maybe.
No, he fought the Brazilian cowboy. Who was that? That guy's gone. What happened to that guy?
Oh, something Oliveira. He was
Yeah,
something Oliveira. Yeah, he's the
Pablo
Brazilian cowboy.
Oliveira.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, so run me through this. Your last fight was against T. Edwards in 2019. What was the decision like? Even though I've seen interviews with you saying why you retired, just give me a brief thing of why you retired. Because we got to remember, this is 2019. You were only 32. Even though you came off, even though you were coming off the four fight losing streak, and then you snapped it with T. Edwards. What was that? Give me a brief thing of the thought process. And you were 30, you were 32. You were really young.
Right. So losing to Rick Glenn,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done with this. I'm retiring. But I didn't tell anybody. I just
Right.
kind of in my head, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walked
Yeah.
around my house for, a couple months. And then I started looking for jobs.
Right. Right.
I was working with the town supervisor
Yeah.
um, of the town of Babylon to
Right.
like get me a kind of like a state kind of job. Um, so then I got hired by the utility company, the lineman,
Okay.
and I did like the test, you had online tests, and that was in I think like November.
Right.
But
Right.
they're like, we were not going to start till May.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, I'm still signed with the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether I win or lose,
Yeah.
I'll just go get a bag
Yeah.
and I'll be good in that time period until I start this career path. But in my head, I'm like, if I knock this guy out or sub him quick and I'm healthy,
Then
I'll bang out as many as I can in that period if I could keep
right.
staying healthy.
Right.
But in the Tay Edwards, it did go to decision, and I fractured my thumb. So I was like, all right, well, that's good.
Man, because you were so young, but when I think when a fighter tells you that he's done, you need to believe him. You need to listen to him,
Yeah,
right?
you know what it was is recovery started getting more difficult,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't fight at a snail's pace. It's like
Yeah. You
we're
fight at a
blitzing.
high pace. Yeah.
We're no, we're the cardiovascular's got to be high.
Yeah.
We're gonna get in there. We're gonna bang, and also that documentary with Aaron Hernandez had kind of hit on like CTE.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched that. I'm like, I probably got it.
Ah,
Like
I
your
think
boy
you're all right.
some
I think you're okay.
blows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I thought about the UFC as a whole,
Yeah.
and I thought to myself, and I have kids,
Yeah.
and when I'm 70 and if I'm drooling out of my mouth, like
Yeah.
Dana White's not like, you know what, dude, you hooked us up, like
Yeah.
I'll pay for your medical bills, like you're a
Right.
number,
Is it worth it? Is it worth it in the end?
right? Where's the where I work, I've got a pension, I got a
Yeah.
401k, I got
Yeah.
benefits for myself and my family, I've
Absolutely.
got a steady income. It's not
Absolutely.
that hard.
Yeah.
It's you know, um, And so that's what I was. That's what I was. And I had already been fighting for 10 years,
Yeah, yeah.
and I had been wrestling for 15
From
years prior to that,
from high school,
and
yeah.
I played football, and I
Yeah.
just my body was a little. You know what? I probably could have reset if I went to like a different camp.
Right, right.
Having my kids here and stuff like that. Like I wasn't leaving,
Yeah,
and I was again like every Tuesday being the same, every Wednesday, every Saturday being the same, and
yeah,
just it wasn't. It felt like work.
yeah, yeah.
It didn't. I listen. I loved having the freedom. I loved having, but I was also very disciplined with things. Like hey,
Yes.
why don't you come up over? I gotta train. I can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could, but I gotta
yeah.
train. That's just where it's where I'm at.
Absolutely. So, on to my next question. I was going to ask you, I'm going to piggyback off the retirement question. I was going to ask you if, I mean, I think we all know, you heard of RAF, right? Real American Freestyle. I was going to ask you, if that was around when you were still in competition,
I'm
would you
gonna
have,
do it still.
okay, well, so let me get to this. I go on your IG, I'm looking at you, mister. I go, yo, this guy you wrestled last year.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I was gonna ask you,
it was a
would
fat. It's called the fat and bald.
yeah, there you go. That's what it is. So I was gonna ask you if you were in competition, would you have considered Raf? But then I go, yo, he wrestled last year. So would you consider Raf right now?
I talked to Henry Henry Cejudo.
Right.
So a few fighters have reached out like, "Yo, dude, let's get this bag." Michael Johnson's like, "Yo, we menace versus menace." I'm like, "All right." Then some
Yeah.
other guy hit me up, and I could hit up Gray Maynard. I wrestled with Gray Maynard back in the day. Like,
Maybe
Gray,
you
you
should
want to
have
run one
remade it.
back? Want to go? There's a handful of guys that can be like, "Yo, you want to do a RAF?" And it would
Cool.
make sense for the company to do it.
Yeah. It's run
Once
by
the gym gets opened up,
yeah.
after I get married, I'll probably start
Okay.
training and see, just see what, if I feel really good, I'm feeling in shape, and I
Yeah.
get my weight down to, because I'd have to wrestle at like probably 175,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which is 20 pounds, 25 pounds, you know.
I mean, Colby's there. Armin Sarukian's there. There's tons of guys you would
Listen, I'm not trying to wrestle any of these like
the UFC
no,
guys.
I'm trying to like wrestle like Uriah Faber, like he's retired. I'm trying to wrestle
Yes.
like guys that were in the UFC, don't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Train a little
Yeah.
bit for a RAF, and we'll see what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I'm
Uriah
trying to
Faber.
wrestle like another old guy.
Yes. So Uriah Faber just fought last week too. He fought Armin Sarukian where he
Yeah.
lost. I think he lost 10 on 11-3. I think. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I want to ask you if there was somebody out there who's never seen your fights and you had to pick one fight out of your catalog to be like, yo, this is me. This is my skills.
That
You
guy's
want Matt Grice? Goddamn. That was a great fight too, by the way. So you would say the Matt Grice fight got you. That actually makes sense. So let me ask you, you and Chris Wade are longtime teammates, obviously. What made you guys decide to open up the Alter Ego MMA? Where is it gonna be? When are you opening? What classes are you offering people? What ages? Just tell me about the gym.
So Chris Wade was partnered with Greg DiPasquale and Ryan LaFleur.
Okay.
They had opened another gym in Queens. They're just like kind of they're like running too thin. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot on their plate.
Right, right,
So
right,
the ISUP location, they don't really want to do it. They kind of want it out.
right, right.
So Chris was like, I want to keep doing it. Like, so you guys can leave, and Dennis, you want to? I'm like, sure.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted, I guess, one of my own MMA gyms.
right.
But thinking about all the logistics and stuff like that, and doing it by myself
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
So when Chris presented to me, and he had already been doing it and has a blueprint, and we have a lot of really good ideas
Yeah.
We're not gonna be like your traditional MMA gym. It's inside the Gold's Gym in Islip
Okay. Okay.
room upstairs,
Right.
but it's a large room.
Right.
But we want to offer classes strictly to cops, like on like once a month on Saturdays, where cops come in with their maybe scenarios where they've had trouble restraining somebody. We'll have
Right.
them bring their belts. We'll have rubber guns and stuff like that,
Right.
and teach them how to control
Positions.
and people without infringing on. They've got like a lot of stupid rules, like they can't
Yeah.
push on the sternum. So it'll
Yeah.
be like hip control, shoulder control, how to turn somebody over against their
Yeah.
will,
Yeah.
and making their jobs easier and safe.
Absolutely.
We
So,
want to do women's only self defense.
okay.
We'll have scenarios where a guy comes up and grabs you from behind. What to do if
Yeah.
you somehow fall to the ground? How to create distance? How to block strikes? How to maybe get some strikes off to create distance to then get even more distance.
Yep.
We will have traditional classes like kickboxing, and we're
Yep.
thinking about doing a wrestling club because Chris is a very high level wrestler as well.
Yep. Yep.
And we've got some other really cool, some unique cardio kickboxing classes that are gonna be very different,
Okay.
and we're really excited about it.
So, I have fun questions for you now, and then I'm gonna do like a rapid fire. So I shouldn't take too much more of your time. But before you do that, if you can just grace me for 2 seconds, my son has to leave for school in like 10 minutes. Like I told you, he's been doing boxing, kickboxing for like 2 years, 4 months. If you can give him just like for 1 minute, if you can give him any piece of advice as a martial artist to a martial artist, and he's right here by the way. Come, if you could just give him advice for like 1 minute, just as a martial artist, what would you come? So Kyle, that's Dennis Bermudez. Dennis Bermudez, that's Kyle. His hair is a little.
It's fine.
What advice would you give him as a martial artist?
When it comes to striking, it's not how hard you're hitting, but it's how fast you're hitting and where you're hitting. So, right? So when you throw like I don't know, a two or a jab, a lot of times you tense up all your muscles throughout your body, and it slows down your punch, and he sees it coming, and he's gonna get out of the way, and it's not as powerful as a very fast punch. So power is speed over time. That's my little, not necessarily force. Like you're not punching through a hard thing where you have to you just got all you need to do is make the brain go quick.
Yeah,
So if you have speed behind it, especially when you're in the fight, it's like it's gonna be it's harder than you think, and you're flexing way more than you think when you're actually fighting. So just think about the speed and the location and be accurate. Even like small jabs, and they can be light and they can even be slow, but they're touching on the chin and you're landing. They will add up. They will add up. They will, but it's like trying to rewire the brain, right? When we think about like hurting something, it's like everything you got and all the power you got and every muscle where it's just like, boop,
yeah,
and they can be like, and one thing I remember, it was Frankie Yeager versus Gray Maynard. They were on the ground.
yeah,
They both were starting to stand up, and Frankie was like, boop, and he was like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I listen. I really appreciate that so much. I appreciate you. Say thank you to Mr. Bermudez.
Thank you.
Go get ready for school.
All right.
go get
Your
ready for
lunch,
school. I beat your ass.
your lunch is on the table. Everything's on the table for you. Okay. So I want to get into fun questions, and thank you for doing that, by the way. I want to get into fun questions for you, with you. But before I ask you that, I want to ask you: do you still hold a record for drinking? Somebody broke it. You had it was 22 seconds, right?
I think he's got like 16 or something like that. So I'm like, oof. I don't think I can beat that.
And the time you broke it, I watched when you attempted. You botched the first one when there was a little bit
First
left,
one was 20 seconds.
but you botched it because you had a little bit left.
I didn't know. It was so like like a solo cup. There's like a little rim.
Yeah.
It was in there.
All you had to do was tip it, brother. Just tip it, and then
I listen. I was excited. I didn't think I was gonna win. It was not.
brother,
Yeah.
I was yelling at you through the screen. I'm like, bro, there's still more in there.
But
Um,
the award was there. It was in the room. So
I know, I know. I
how much
watched it.
time do I have for my second go? Like an hour? They're like, no.
But
I'm like 20 minutes. Like, all right. So I was like, do I throw up? I'm like, that would probably do like more damage coming up, like
yes,
acid on acid.
yes.
I tried to go to the bathroom, and then I just got back up. I was like, all right, let's lock in. Let's give it hell.
Brother, you left that studio with 2 liters of lemon juice in your
Dinner
belly.
that night was rough.
Holy, I could
I found
imagine.
out the hard way that lemon juice is a diuretic.
Uh, you learned that the hard way, brother.
That was rough. That was a rough dinner.
So let me ask you this. I mean, I'm 1 year older than you. We're pretty much the same age. I know you grew up on Street Fighter. I don't have to ask.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Absolutely.
Tekken.
Tekken,
That
absolutely.
was more my jam. Tekken.
Okay, I got you. Fair enough. Who is your favorite Street Fighter character?
So Street Fighter, I used to be like cheap. I used to. His name wasn't Yokozuna. What was his name? The fat sumo wrestler.
E Honda.
E Honda.
Yes,
They put their
yes.
team up. So if someone
Oh,
jumped, they would like hit it and like, and I would just
yeah.
get closer and just.
Were you a button smasher?
Uh,
You're a button
in
smasher, are you?
in in Street Fighter because Street Fighter I was much younger when we played it, and like my neighbors had that like arcade style big square thing
Oh,
with the joystick.
absolutely.
And it wasn't until like Tekken where I started. I wouldn't be like X triangle, but I had like a feel like where
Ah,
which direction I'm going that it would do that move that I wanted to do.
absolutely.
Like it's just a little like or like I wasn't
So
going like one button. Like when my wife types, she's like
yeah. Oh, yeah. Women are good
hit
at
each
that.
button. Where if I was to do that, I'd be like smashing all these other buttons while I'm trying to get that one button.
Yeah.
I'm this type where I go like,
Yeah. So your favorite character is E Honda.
yeah.
You are very you're a tricky guy, brother. You're a tricky guy.
I
Give me
like the Beast. What was his name?
Blanca.
Blanca, but like
Nobody likes Blanca.
no, I liked the way he looked. I just wasn't good with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I tried him, or what was the long stretchy guy because I could hit people from really far away.
Dawson.
Yeah, but E
Yeah.
Honda was my dude. If I was trying to win and get that thing, that was my guy.
Give me your top 3 mixed martial artists of all time. Give me your GOAT list. Give me that GOAT list.
We're gonna go BJ Penn.
Oh, yes,
But the
brother.
thing
Yes.
with my goat list is they are pretty old school.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Um, Anderson Silva, I loved his
Oh,
like hands down slipping punches and like
you just brother, you just copying my GOAT. You just copying my GOAT list.
and
Don't say Miguel Torres.
no John Jones.
Ooh.
I think he's
Ooh.
filthy. I
Ooh.
with a those are guys I like their style. I like the
Right.
way they fight.
Right. Right. Right.
In
Right.
terms of actually being like really fucking good technically and a newer age.
Go ahead. Talk that.
Jose Aldo in his
Ooh.
prime was completely
I don't
nasty.
I don't
His
like your
punches, his kicks, he was and like he finished a lot of people. And he was a smaller guy.
I mean
Demetrius Johnson is
ooh,
fucking so sound
ooh.
with all of his strikes and techniques and transitioning from wrestling. He's like watching a cat fight another
Yeah.
cat.
He's the best technical all around fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had somebody else.
Take your time.
Peter Yan is something else,
Ooh. Peter Young has great stand-up, great boxing.
and he can wrestle really well. Did you know? So my buddy, because he trains over there at Bang Tao,
Yes.
he used to be like not a hitman, but like let's say like a drug lord like needed money, they would send his little ass to go get it.
Oh, he was like a recovery type of guy.
I was like, no
Oh,
fucking way. He's like, yeah, he's a fucking bad dude.
no, I did not know that.
Imagine a 135-pound guy be like, you owe me money. Like, get away from me before I freaking give you a noogie. Yeah.
um, um, f- what's your favorite stand-up technique? And before you answer that, I want to just shout out a guess. I just want to guess because I've watched most of your fights, and if there's one thing you tend to do a lot, it's that lead leg push kick. You love that lead leg push kick.
I
The
got
rear
short
leg.
arms. It's a great way to create distance, get them off balance, and I could
Yeah,
strike like Superman off that or something like that.
yeah.
Um,
So what's your
I
favorite
did
stand-up technique?
early on without knowing it. I like to go Superman into like a low leg kick,
You do a lot of Supermans too, yeah. Yeah.
cover distance because I have short arms.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be your favorite technique, the Superman punch?
Yeah,
Yeah, got you.
if you're not knocking
Um,
anybody out with that push kick.
actually, when you fought Tommy Harden,
He didn't.
before you submit him, you hit him with the rear leg push kick, where you kind of stunned him and then pushed him back on the cage, and then you finished him with a guillotine. So
But
you
what
didn't
I
knock
used to
anybody.
do different than a lot of people is I would kick them in their hip,
Right, right, right.
them back down, either like I sat Jeremy Stevens down with. I've
Yeah,
sat some people down with that. You kick
yeah.
them right in one hip, and you open your foot
Mm,
up so you have more surface area to hit.
yeah, that actually makes sense. Leg kick or calf kick? What type of guy are you?
As the game evolved, calf kick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I was calf kicking Clay Guida. Right, he's bouncy, he's all over the place, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
stood right in front of me because I started chopping that thing. He couldn't bounce around anymore. And
Gotcha.
but I learned that after Jeremy Stevens was doing that to me, and I was like, that fucking really works.
It
So I
actually
felt
does.
it.
Um, Give me your favorite food. What does Dennis like to eat? What's your favorite food? Is it Puerto Rican? Is it? Run me through that.
I love a Long Island like sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich with pepper jack cheese over easy eggs.
Talk to them. Talk to them.
I also, and my lady will tell you, I am like I could eat a chicken parmesan hero probably every day. And I'm a big hot wing connoisseur. I go to a place, I'm like, I gotta see what it tastes like here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I, but if you're going with, it's so hard, right? Because I have different moods.
Right, absolutely.
Like, do I want Mexican? Do I want like Puerto Rican? Do I want Chinese? Do I want sushi? There's different moods, right? Not every day. I'm like that.
Absolutely. This is a really classic question. I tend to ask most people. Jet Li or Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan.
Phew, that was fast. Somebody you idolized growing up.
Barry Sanders.
Football. Oh, you are a football guy. So okay, this gets me back to my next question. Favorite football player?
Barry
Barry
Sanders.
Sanders. God damn it. Favorite wrestler?
Mm.
I know you're a wrestling guy. We're from the same generation.
Probably Jesse Jansen. I don't know if you
Okay.
know him or not. He was a NCAA champion for Harvard.
Okay. Okay.
But there are so many guys that are it's Gary Colott was really good. I liked him. I liked the Brands brother. Actually, the Tom Brand or Terry Brands.
Right. Right. Right.
He would get in there and just like try to fist fight. He was I wrestled the most like him out of the three guys I said.
Okay. Got you. Got you. So I have two more questions left. It's gonna be like a rapid fire type of thing. So I'm gonna give you a fighter. Tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, whether it's a word, whether it's a phrase. I don't care. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. Randy Couture.
HGH.
I know what it means. Um, Michael Bisping.
England.
Anderson Silva.
Goat.
Clay Guida.
Long hair, don't care.
Listen, Clay Guida is a fucking madman. John Jones.
The real goat.
I
Like
mean,
real goat, and Anderson Silva was like OG goat.
listen. If we talked about John Jones, I have so much
Or
info
John
on.
Jones, we go likes to party. Party
I
time.
mean, as he should. He has 17 straight title fights, 15 title defenses. He beat 8 former champs, 2 weight classes, youngest light heavyweight champion at 23. I can go on and on for days about John Jones, but not today. Jose Aldo,
Leg kick.
Hamzat Shamayev.
Wolf. The wolf.
Brother, this guy is a
Smash. Smash.
Armin Sarukian.
Who?
Armin Sarukian.
Upcoming.
He's the number 2 contender right now after Justin, because Justin is the interim title. That whole debacle with Ilya Tapora. Dominic Cruz.
Smart ass. Why he's very blunt.
Yeah. Dominic is straightforward. Yeah. One of your brothers here, Chris Weidman.
Long arms. Funny. Good time.
Okay. Last one, Henry Cejudo.
Olympic champ. Triple C.
Triple C. My last question, I'm gonna do like a type of reverse thing where I'm gonna ask you a nickname and you try to tell me who the nickname belongs to.
Okay.
Got you. The natural born killer. Take your time, brother. The natural born killer. You want a hint? You want a hint?
Yeah.
He fought GSP. He clipped GSP. He dropped GSP with a head kick.
Was it the teacher? No.
No. I'll give you his first name starts with a C. The natural born killer. Something the natural born killer.
But I'm drawing them.
It's on the tip of your
He
tongue.
trained at Jackson.
Yes.
What's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. I know who he's got the like stubbly beard, his little widow's peak.
Yes. So I'll tell you because I know you know who it is. Carlos, the
Yeah,
natural
Carlos.
born killer Conde. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sugar.
Ray Leonard, Sugar Sean O'Malley,
There you go. Showtime.
Anthony Pettis,
The immortal.
Brown,
Yep. Matt Brown. You're doing great so far, brother. Bigfoot.
Silva.
Antonio Silva. Yes. And I think I don't even know why I should ask you this. The Prodigy. The Prodigy.
Who is the prodigy again?
Brother, it's our goat. It's our goat.
Not Dustin Poirier. Oh, the Hawaiian.
Yeah, brother, our favorite fighter, BJ Penn.
BJ Penn.
There you go. There you go. The Iceman.
Chuck Liddell.
Bang. The California Kid.
Dry Faber.
2 more. The Long Island Killer.
Is that Ali Quinta? Massera?
Your friend is going to be very disappointed in you right now. The Long Island Killer. Your friend, he's going to watch this and he's going to be like, Dennis, why are you doing that to me?
He trains on Long Island?
He trains, he that's your business partner.
Chris Wade?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes,
He's
yes, it
never.
is. Yeah.
I've never heard him once be called the Long Island Killer.
Well, I'm getting this from Tapology, so
Okay.
you discuss that with
He
Tapology later
he
on.
never had a fight name. It was just Chris Wade.
Okay, yo, when you see him, ask him about that.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, last one, the Menace.
Michael Johnson.
All right, so brother, I'm done with the questions. I want to thank you so much for honoring me with an interview. You are a stand-up guy. You are a fucking beast. You are my legend. I just want to explain that a lot of new MMA content creators are interviewing like up and coming guys, the young boys, the new guys. I don't want that. I want my legends. So I do interviews with guys I actually like and grew up off of.
I've got one story to end with.
Go
Because
ahead.
you're talking about interviewing him prior to me is Miguel Torres.
Yes, sir.
So I was in Texas.
Yes.
I was watching a fight.
Yep.
I was meeting Mayhem and somebody else at like a restaurant or a diner or something like that.
Yeah.
And the event had just broke out. So like Ubers are like, oh, taking taxis or like those lines. It's like, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
So I start kind of walking towards, it's like miles away.
Yeah.
And this kid pulls up and he's like, yo, what's up, dude? He's like, dude, I fucking love you. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta go meet Mayhem over there. He's like, you wanna ride? I'm like, would you? He's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So it's him and his friend in the front seat. I'm in the back.
Yeah.
We're driving like 5 minutes, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? I cannot believe this, dude. Dude, I got fucking Miguel Torres in my back seat right now, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not Miguel Torres. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Then we got there. I'm like, you want to
Yeah.
meet me? He's like, oh my God, that'd be sick. We go in. I'm like, I'm not Miguel. I'm Dennis Bermudez. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, dude, Miguel Torres is Mexican, right?
Yeah.
He's like 6 foot.
Yeah.
He's skinny. I'm like, the only thing we have in common, and I'm darker than him too. It's not even that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I got the ride.
Yeah. You got the ride, right? That's what accounts.
Right.
So, for everybody who's watching this, you can go check this legend on IG at Menace Bermudez. You can check him on his YouTube channel at Menace Tube. You can check him right here on fucking TikTok at Menace Cave, and you can also check out his new gym he's opening up with Chris Wade. That'll be opening up soon, hopefully. And that's on IG. You can check that out on IG at Alter Ego MMA. So, brother, you are one of my legends. I have so much respect for you, so much love for you. You're an absolute gentleman. Hopefully, we get to talk in the near future, but I do want to thank you for this. I appreciate you, brother.
Will this be on like? Will this be? This is only live, or does this turn into like a video on here?
So, with the TikTok thing, it's a live, but it saves automatically to my TikTok. So
Okay.
I'm gonna edit the video. I'm gonna add stuff to it.
And then
I'm
I
gonna
can like, collaborate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna post it on YouTube and both of my TikTok channels. If you want to see how I do that, like when we're done here, just go look at my page for 2 seconds. You'll see me and Miguel, where you see my layout, and I'll post a whole interview on TikTok and YouTube, and then I'm gonna chop up little shorts.
Okay.
Because sometimes, most of the time, yeah, because most of the time people are not gonna watch the whole interview. They want to see little snippets. So once I drop the whole interview, I'll shoot you a DM. I'll shoot you the link, and then I just gotta make little shorts. But I'll probably be done that later on. But when I'm done, I'll shoot you the link, and I'll let you know everything.
MMA guy. What was your first name?
Chris, brother, Chris.
Oh, right, with a K, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What is the significance behind like the mask?
Oh, I mean, you want the bullshit answer that I give everybody else, or do you want the real answer?
Both.
Well, the bullshit answer is this is my gimmick. But the real answer is my ass is 40 years old. I'm old. All this shit here is fucking gray. All of it. And I'm too lazy to fucking dye this shit. So I just said, all right, let me toss on the mask. This is my gimmick. And then I did it 9 months ago. And then
But the gimmick is a real thing.
Yeah, but that's why when we started,
You probably get like 2 more viewers to 1 or 3 more to 1 with the mask, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's a character," or or
that's
he's mysterious.
well, that's why when we started talking, and I go Beard game strong because you don't have one great in that motherfucker.
They're in there a little bit.
Stop that. So, brother, I want to thank you once again for doing this. I greatly appreciate it. You are the man. You are the beast. When I'm done editing, I'm gonna send you a link, and then you can do what you want from there.
Repost it, whatever.
Yeah, I'll send you everything. Once I'm done everything later on, I'll shoot you a DM and I'll give you everything.
Sounds good, big dog.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, been real. Have a good one.
Have a good one.